Ever find yourself daydreaming about, um, those perfect sear marks on like a ribeye, the
Mm,
sizzle, the
yeah.
aroma of spices
Yeah.
in the air?
Absolutely.
We're about to take a deep dive into the world of a grill cook,
Okay.
thanks to these awesome guides from RoleCatcher.
Sounds good.
They break down not just the HOW of grilling,
Yeah.
but what it takes to actually build a career out of it.
And that's what's really interesting here.
Okay.
It's easy to think of a grill cook as just a restaurant job,
Yeah.
but these guides reveal a surprising amount of depth,
Right.
almost like a hidden world of expertise.
Okay, so let's unpack this.
Sure.
What I found fascinating is how much more there is to it than just grilling.
Mm-hmm.
RoleCatcher really emphasizes the management and critical thinking skills needed.
Yeah.
It's practically a crash course in running a tight ship, but with delicious steaks.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But seriously, you're spot on.
Okay.
Take monitoring, for example.
Okay.
The guide mentions it's a huge part of the job.
Yeah.
It's not just about watching the food.
Wait.
It's about managing those grill temperatures for different dishes.
Okay.
Making sure everything's cooked evenly and keeping an eye on multiple orders at once.
Wow.
Like a culinary orchestra conductor, but with more flames.
And speaking of flames,
yeah.
let's talk about the elephant, or should I say the ox in the room.
Okay.
The guide doesn't sugarcoat the challenges.
Huh.
Long hours, potential hazards,
Yeah.
dealing with demanding customers.
True.
It's not all gourmet burgers and fist bumps, right?
True. There's definitely a side of the job that requires real grit and resilience.
Yeah.
The physical demands alone standing for long periods, the heat lifting heavy equipment can be intense.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the pressure of a busy dinner rush when those orders are coming in faster than you can say medium rare.
Right. You'd be cool under fire, literally.
You got it.
But here's the thing. The guide also highlights how all these challenges contribute to some serious career growth.
Okay.
They have a whole section on career stages from entry level all the way up to senior grill cook,
Wow.
where you could be managing entire teams and creating menus.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's fascinating to me is how this seemingly niche skill set actually translates to valuable leadership qualities.
Okay.
Think about it. You're handling pressure, coordinating with your team, managing resources, making quick decisions. These are things employers across industries look for.
Right.
So even if someone eventually decides to move on from being a grill cook, the experience is incredibly valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of leveling up, RoleCatcher goes all in on helping you nail that next career move
Okay.
with their interview prep resources.
Right.
They've got this massive database of interview questions,
Yeah.
over 120,000,
Wow.
tailored specifically for culinary roles.
It's not just the quantity of questions, it's the quality.
Okay.
They give you insights into what those questions are really getting at,
Right.
what the interviewer is trying to uncover.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having a secret decoder ring for job interviews.
Yeah. Okay, so give me an example.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm going for my dream grill cook position.
Okay.
What's a question RoleCatcher might help me decode?
Here's one that really stood out to me.
Okay.
Describe a time you had to deal with a frustrated customer in a restaurant setting.
Oh, okay.
It's about so much more than just getting yelled at over a well-done steak.
Right.
They're looking for your conflict resolution skills, your ability to stay professional under pressure, your customer service instincts.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And RoleCatcher breaks down how to answer these kinds of questions
Right.
in a way that showcases those skills.
Yeah.
It's like they're saying, hey, kitchens can be intense, but we want to see how you handle the heat beyond just the grill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And those soft skills become even more important as you move up that career ladder.
Right.
RoleCatcher's guide on career progression really highlights how a senior grill cook isn't just a master of the flames,
Okay.
but also a leader, a mentor, a problem solver.
It's like the difference between playing a solo and conducting an entire orchestra. You're responsible for the big picture, not just your own instrument.
And speaking of instruments,
Okay.
RoleCatcher even delves into how technology is impacting the grilling game.
Oh, wow.
They talk about these new high-tech grills with all the bells and whistles, temperature control systems,
Yeah.
smoke infusion features, you name it.
Wow.
It's not just about fire and intuition anymore. It's about understanding how to use technology to enhance flavor and efficiency.
It's like the evolution from charcoal to gas grills,
Exactly.
but on a whole other level.
Totally.
So you've got to stay ahead of the curve,
Hmm.
be willing to learn new techniques, adapt to the changing culinary landscape.
And that's where continuous learning becomes crucial.
Right.
RoleCatcher emphasizes this throughout their guides.
Yeah.
The idea that a true grill master never stops honing their craft,
Okay.
whether it's experimenting with new rubs and marinades, attending workshops, or just geeking out on the latest grilling gadgets, there's always something new to discover.
Yeah. So we've talked about the challenges of the career paths, it's even the tech.
Right.
But what about the actual skills you need to thrive as a grill cook?
Mm-hmm.
RoleCatcher breaks it down with almost surgical precision.
Yeah.
And it's not always what you'd expect.
Right. They have this whole section called functions and core abilities, and they actually assign percentages to each skill
Wow.
based on how often grill cooks use them on the job.
Okay.
It's like a data-driven recipe for success.
I love that part.
Yeah.
It's so cool how they use data to paint a picture of a typical day for a grill cook.
Right.
So what skills top the charts?
Well, monitoring was huge.
Okay.
Almost 60%.
Wow.
And it makes sense.
Yeah.
You're constantly monitoring grill temperatures, cooking times,
Right.
making sure each dish is cooked to perfection while juggling multiple orders.
Right.
It's like a high-stakes game of culinary chess.
And you've got to think on your feet too, right?
Oh, yeah.
What happens when that grill decides to have a mind of its own?
Exactly.
Or a server relays a special request?
That's where critical thinking comes in.
Okay.
Also ranking really high at 55%.
Wow.
The guide stresses that a grill cook needs to be able to troubleshoot on the fly,
Yeah.
adapt to unexpected situations, and find solutions quickly.
Right.
Because when things get sizzling, you can't afford to melt under pressure.
No pun intended.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
But it makes you realize how much quick thinking goes on behind those flames.
It's true.
It's not just about following recipes. It's about knowing how to improvise
Right.
and adjust based on the circumstance.
Exactly. And all of that happens in a fast-paced, high-pressure environment.
Right.
So coordination is key, coming in at 57%.
Okay.
You're coordinating with your team, timing those orders perfectly, making sure everyone's in sync to create a seamless flow from grill to table.
It's like a choreographed dance, but instead of steps, it's perfectly seared steaks and sizzling veggies.
I like it. Now, you can have all the culinary skills in the world,
Yeah.
but if you can't communicate effectively, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And RoleCatcher knows this. They highlight speaking as another essential skill,
Right.
also at 55%.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
You're talking to the head chef, clarifying orders, maybe even interacting with customers.
Yeah,
Especially in those open kitchen setups.
exactly. You've got to be able to explain those doneness preferences,
Right.
build special requests, and make sure everyone's on the same page.
And let's not forget the customer service aspect.
Right.
Even though you're behind the scenes, a good grill cook knows how to create a positive dining experience.
Absolutely. RoleCatcher found that having strong customer and personal service knowledge is crucial,
Wow.
even more so than some of the technical skills.
Really?
It's about understanding what makes a diner happy, anticipating their needs, and making sure they leave with a smile on their face and a satisfied stomach.
So it's not just about being a master of the grill, it's about being a master of the entire dining experience.
Exactly. And that's what I love about these RoleCatcher guides.
Yeah.
They don't just scratch the surface, they dig deep into what it truly takes to succeed in this field. It's about passion, dedication, and a willingness to constantly learn and grow.
It's about having the right recipe for success, both in the kitchen and in your career. Well said.
Thanks.
And on that note, we're coming to the end of our deep dive into the world of the grill cook,
Okay.
guided by the insightful resources from RoleCatcher.
Yeah.
We've explored the challenges, the skills, the technology, and the incredible career potential that awaits those brave enough to stand behind the flames.
It's quite a journey.
So next time you're enjoying a perfectly grilled meal, take a moment to appreciate the skill, dedication, and passion that went into creating it.
Absolutely.
And who knows, maybe you'll even be inspired to fire up your own grill and experiment with some new techniques. You never know where a little culinary curiosity might lead you.
That's right.
Until next time, happy grilling, everyone.
Happy grilling.